Welcome back, Suckers. It's your boy Strizzy, and we are here with Week 9 NFL bets. And you know I got my boy with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my guy.
It's your friend till the end, Chucky. Happy Halloween!
That's right, man. Fucking wonderful match, man. Happy Halloween to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys are going out. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. But in the meantime, man, you know what it is. We got to get this money, secure the bag, Week 9. You know we got a Thursday night game. And my boy, let's get into it.
Let's get it. I'm gonna try to do some of the show in the accent, but that's the best that you were gonna get out of that right there. So let's go ahead and pop these graphics up real quick. All right, secure the bag, Week 9. We tied last week, 11-11. So not too crazy.
Solid though. Solid week though.
We got to give a shout out to Kelly. She had 13 and she won for the second week in a row. So if you're not playing with this though, make sure you go on to Yahoo and get in the Pick'em challenge, and you get a free Super Bowl square every week. Whoever wins each week. So
Kel's got to start gambling on the money lines. This is crazy. She killing.
I know. I'm gonna take her picks. I'm gonna be like, yo, slide me those.
You feel me?
Round robin them or something.
For real.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get it into it. This week we've got Thursday night football. The Texans at the Jets. Why does it want to go?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, bet. This game is kind of weird for me, man. For whatever reason, the Texans are the underdog in this game, and the only reason why I can imagine because they had a few injuries. Like obviously they lost Diggs for the season, and then the Jets are at home. But for some reason, I'm not feeling upset. It's crazy for me to go with the Jets, but there's something about FanDuel and things of that nature where I'm gonna take the Jets money line in this one for some reason. I think and two Texans too. Their games have been winning close. You know what I'm saying? And like Pop said, do they have any receivers left? I'm taking the Jets in this one for some reason. There's no if like I want Texans to win. So I love watching the Jets lose, but I feel like they're gonna get this one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't understand why the Texans aren't favored. I'm going with the Texans in this one.
Yeah.
The Jets just look disorderly, so I feel like something's going on. But you're right. The betting odds, they're never really wrong. So that makes me suspicious. I literally was like thinking, like, what am I missing here? You know what I'm saying?
Same. I felt that all week. What am I missing?
But hopefully I'm just gonna ride with my instinct and not go with, just not be scared. You know what I'm saying? Today's not the day to be scary. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the Texans. Pop says Chucky has a beautiful black beard that doesn't match his red hair. That's just a shadow. All right, let's keep it moving. Sunday morning, the Saints at the Panthers.
Yeah, this one's tricky for me. I don't think we know who's starting at quarterback yet. I tried to look it up. So I would guess as of right now it's still Rattler, and I'm pretty sure Bryce is going to start this week too. As Panthers have no real reason to go back to Andy Dalton, in my opinion, honestly. But for some reason, it's too hard for me to pick the Panthers right now. They just still look very disoriented. They just lost Deontay Johnson, but I'm expecting some fight because of it. I would definitely pick them in the spread. Okay, Pop says Saints Carr is starting. So, yeah, in that case, I'm definitely going with the Saints. They beat us down week 1. They're probably going to beat us down again. So, we'll see what happens. But I'm going Saints.
Yeah, I'm going with the Saints as well. Yeah, I did hear that Carr was starting, but he did say, I'm no savior. But still, I think he can help him out at least this week. So, I'm going with the Saints as well on that one. Up next, we have the Washington Commanders at the New York Giants.
Yeah, that's a little bit easier. I'm definitely going Washington, especially with another week of, the rookie, Jane Daniels getting healthy. And the Giants, I'm sorry, dude, it's just Daniel Jones, man. Like, he had 3 opportunities to win that game last week and basically turned the ball over all 3 of them or something along those lines. So I don't know. Until they get rid of Daniel Jones, I have no faith in the Giants at all whatsoever.
I'm the same, man. He's just a struggle bust. Even if they play competitive for a half, it really doesn't usually last.
Yep.
I'm definitely going with the Commanders. It makes me sick, honestly, that Hail Mary. I mean, it is what it is. You got to play to the end, and they made the play. But dang, that sucks because I was hoping they would get another loss in the loss column. You know what I'm saying? I really need the Bears in that spot. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I definitely am going to the Commanders, and I think they're going to ride that momentum. They're looking like they're in a really good spot right now based on the rest of their schedule as well. So
definitely,
we'll see. All right, next up we got the Dolphins at the Bills.
Dolphins, definitely going Bills in this one. I think Dolphins are still like for whatever reason, even though they got Tua back last week, they looked okay. I wouldn't say they looked good. They didn't look bad. They were playing the Cardinals, but I feel like especially in Buffalo, I don't think there's any way they beat the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills. The Bills are looking like, basically the second best team in the AFC, the ones that could potentially rival the Chiefs. They're
Yeah,
looking like a complete team as long as their defense plays okay, but I think that they got the Dolphins figured out. And the
yeah.
Dolphins are bad with or without Tua. A little bit better, more competitive with Tua, but still not enough. So,
Facts.
all right, next up, a tricky game, Chargers at Browns.
Yeah, you know what? I am picking the Chargers in this game. I think it is going to be really close. I feel like the Browns offense moved the best it was going to move last week, but just with Jameis Winston getting the full blown start. I do think the offense is going to look a lot better going forward with Jameis. But for some reason, I feel like the Chargers have an actually really sneaky good defense this year, and I think they're going to be. I think they're going to come out on top in this game.
I'm with you. You said it right. The Chargers actually really do have a good defense. They slow everybody down that they play,
Yeah,
even when they weren't scoring. Now Herbert's getting a little bit better. Lad McConkey's coming on, so I feel like they're in a good spot. The Browns better, but still, like I think last week was more of a fluke, more of a familiar with the Ravens type of thing,
yeah.
than just them being all together better. So, all right, Pop says Browns in a close game. I
All right,
like it.
all right.
Next up, Patriots at Titans.
Yeah, man, this is like odd game of the week, oddball game of the week. I'm not really sure where to go here. This is a coin flip for me, honestly. But for some reason, man, my heart's telling me Patriots are going to take this one. Both these teams are struggling in a lot of different areas from all quarterback play, especially. But for some reason, I want to take the Patriots in this one. No
I'm the
real.
same. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm going with the Patriots. The Titans back and forth between Levis and Rudolph, like it's just not a lot, of confidence on that side. And their defense, even though they were the best in the league early on, they're just starting to get tired out, starting to, wear down a little bit. So I'm going with the Patriots.
Nice.
All right, next up, America's team at the Atlanta Falcons.
I feel like if this game was in Dallas, I'd be like Dallas for sure. But I feel like I don't know, man. I'm a little worried about your Cowboys, but for some reason, I feel like they're going to get this win. They might struggle again, but something tells me like Dak's going to have one of those like big time Dak games. I don't know, throws for 300, multiple touchdowns for whatever. But coming off that bad loss last week to the 49ers, but I'm taking your boys this week.
Man, I wish I could be with you. I'm like right there. I think this is going to be a really close game, a really high scoring game.
Yeah.
But the Falcons have a lot of receiver weapons.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys secondary hasn't been so great. And the Falcons have two dangerous running backs, and the Cowboys can't stop the run.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit afraid in this game.
Finally showing up. Like,
yeah.
We've been waiting for Kyle Pitts to show up for years, and I think with
they unlocked the offense
quarterback, yeah.
Yeah.
He had 2 touchdowns last week, for tight end week, and he's been playing well. So like, I feel you, but I think like Pop said it most, like Cowboys, this is a must win for them. Like to me, this is almost like a playoff type game. Like they have to get back going. You know what I mean? So I think I'm picking the Cowboys off that. Like they have to win this game.
Yeah, I think this is a close one. I might go back and forth, but right now I'm leaning Falcons. I don't know if I'm just being pessimistic or what, but man, it's hard for me to pick against them. But I do think I agree with Pops too. This is a must win. This is going to decide what the Cowboys will be going forward. Do they have something? Can you drop? Can you dig deep? And when you dig deep, is there anything to find?
Yeah.
We'll see. Because if they come out and they get blown out or they lose, a high scoring game to the Falcons on the road, with what they have coming up on the schedule, that's a long, hill to climb. So,
yep,
we'll see. Oh man. All right. Next up, Raiders at Bengals.
I'm going Bengals on this one. I still feel like the Raiders just don't have enough. The quarterback play, although it's been somewhat okay with Gardner Minshew, I still think it's nowhere near on the lines of like where Joe Burrow is with his receivers and that passing game. So I'm going Cincinnati, especially at home.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with the Bengals. The Raiders are just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a quarterback. They don't have they don't have a legitimate chance of winning that way because they have everything else they really need. That's just kind of like the missing piece, but it's the most important one. So
yeah, exactly.
I am going with the Bengals though, and I hope they show out a little bit in this game because I feel like the Bengals are kind of getting a pass for their past success when really they're not like playing that well. Like they have the pieces there, but they're not doing it. So something's wrong there, and I don't think they're getting enough attention for that.
Man, we've been saying for a while. I feel like even Joe Burrow himself has been kind of living off of that Super Bowl run, 3 years ago, whatever it was, and
Right.
I feel like he doesn't get the same treatment that other quarterbacks in this league get, like Dak or like Lamar. Those guys lose a game and all hell breaks loose. This dude's been losing for seasons now. It feels like, and they're
Right.
not good this year either. And we're not talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Where's the negative comments for Joe Burrow? You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that.
Exactly. All right. Next up, the Broncos at the Ravens.
This one's tricky, man. I like the Ravens to win in this game, a nice little bounce back game, but the Broncos are no slouch. Defense has been great, and Bo Nix is, in my opinion, he's steadily been the second best quarterback in the draft. I know Caleb Williams is coming along, but I said at the beginning, like, Bo Nix's age is going to help him because he's already coming in at a more mature rate. I think he's playing really, really well, but I think the spread is like 9.5 or something like that. So I like the Broncos to cover that, but I like Ravens for the dub.
Same here. I think the Ravens, they're a good team, but they have their issues with late game, not putting games away, and I think that's where they were at the Browns last week. They're like, oh, we got this. It's just the Browns. And They didn't go out there and do what they needed to do. The Broncos can get you like that if you're tricky, but coming off of that bad loss, I don't think they're going to get tricked twice. So I do think the Ravens, but I think the Broncos, they're no slouch. So it should be a pretty close game, a pretty good game there.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, the Bears at the Cardinals.
This one's tricky too. I feel like the Bears are kind of a more complete team, but obviously, talking about quarterbacks, Kyler Murray is a little bit more, vet, and they are in Arizona. But for some reason, I feel like the Chicago defense might be too much for the Cardinals. When Kyler Murray plays really tough defenses, Cardinals don't really play very well. So because of that, I'm going Bears.
I'm going with the Bears as well, and that's going to be a key, like you said, the defense. Last week, they gave up that terrible Hail Mary in the game they should have won, where the offense really did bail out the defense with that late drive.
Right.
I feel like they're going to come out very aggressive this week and just be clamps. And like you said, the Cardinals, they even had a tough time against, the Chargers defense. They kept kicking field goals. But I feel like, even though I'm rooting for the Cardinals a little bit this year, they're doing better this year. I think this is a tough one. And last point, Chicago natives are all through Arizona. So this will be like 50-50 game at best. This will probably be a home game for the Bears, really.
For reals. They're everywhere here.
All right, next up we got the Jags at the Eagles.
I feel like this has upset of the week potential for me, but I am going to take the Eagles. I talked about upset of the week last week, and I picked it right, which was the Rams game, and they showed out for me last Thursday. And this has the same thing for me, but I am going to take the Eagles. Hopefully they get it done. They're definitely the better team. Jags defense has been really crappy all year. Eagles should win, but they better be careful.
Yeah, the Jags are like sneaky because they have a lot of talent and they just don't put it together, or they put it together in games really late, like when it doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly.
The Eagles, they should win this game. I am going with them as well. But their defense is getting a little bit better, putting pressure on quarterbacks. And then A.J. Brown, we talked about in the last 2 weeks, is just like he just unlocks that offense. So I think the Eagles, but I think it'll be a high-scoring game, a fun game to watch.
Yep.
Another fun game, the Rams at the Seahawks.
Yeah, this one should be good. Divisional game. And these teams always play each other really, really well. And I feel like the last one was a decent one too. I think I'm going to take Seattle in this one because they are at home. But the Rams do have all their weapons back. So let's see if they play better this week than they did last week and get that their offense running again. But this one should definitely be a good one, possible high score. But I kind of like the Seahawks in this one.
Man, I'm really torn on this one. I would normally pick the Seahawks just because they're at home, but their home field advantage hasn't been the same this year. It's kind of weird.
It has.
I feel like the Seahawks are like honestly one of the toughest teams to pick for me this year because they just come back and forth, like good performance, bad performance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Rams, like you said, because they do have their weapons back, but I think it's gonna be really close. Puka Nacua is the man. Even though Cooper Kupp came back at the same time, like you see, he just is like so dope, man. I'm just so happy for that guy, especially just kind of coming out of nowhere, out of left field. I'm going with the Rams, man.
He is now their number one, dog.
He's so good. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, next up, game of the week, Lions at the Packers.
Man, this one should be really, really good. I'm picking the Lions until I'm probably picking the Lions the rest of the year. They're just honestly, in my opinion, they're the best team in the league, even more so than the undefeated Chiefs. I just feel like they just look phenomenal from all aspects of football. You know, defense looks great, running the ball is great, passing the ball is great. Like I said, they put up the most silent 50 plus points last week I think I've ever seen in football. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no idea how like it was crazy. Like how you
Well, a
got
lot of that too is off the special teams, like either scoring or putting them like on the 20, like on
yeah,
the
yeah, dude. It was insane. Like I said, Jared Goff, 3 passing touchdowns, but he only had 85 passing yards, and both the running backs did their thing too. They're a phenomenal team this year. Uh, but yeah, I'm going Lions for sure. Should be a good game, division game, but yeah, I like the Lions.
I like the Lions as well. There is questions about Jordan Love's status. I guess he didn't practice a couple days this week, but either way, even if he does come back and start, I feel like the Lions are too much. The only thing I'm watching in this game though is that the Lions they rarely play outside, and if it's like a
True.
weird weather game, maybe
That's
that
true.
interrupts them a little bit. But I think it might just slow them down. But I still think they're too much. So
Yeah,
um,
that's a solid point. It's definitely a solid point.
Pop says Packers even without Love, cheeseheads are good, and at home they do have a weird advantage that comes out. So that's going to be
Great coach too.
a fun one to watch. But
They have a great
I'm going
coach
like,
too.
yeah, they do, they really do. They scheme up.
Yep, they'll be prepared.
All right, Sunday night football. We got a stinker. The Colts at the Vikings, or maybe it's not a stinker, but
Right. No, I figure saying we'll see what's going on. We definitely got Joe Flacco making the start for them this week, so maybe the offense will move a little bit better. But Vikings are still a really good team, both offensively and defensively. Uh, and when the Rams are moving, they're one of the best in the league. So I don't even take that loss last week lightly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Vikings all the way.
I'm going with the Vikings as well. They need to get back right. This is a good opponent for them, a solid opponent, but somebody that they should be able to handle. I'm glad Joe Flacco is starting. He makes everybody on the Colts offense better, like
Yeah,
just like he did for the Browns at the end of last year.
yeah,
And even though he's 39 years old, 40 years old, I bet he won't take a playoff. So I think
yeah,
it's just going to be better to watch. And then it's cool that it's him versus Sam Darnold. So a battle of ex-Jet quarterbacks is kind of weird. But I'm definitely going with the Vikings, and that's a hard place to play too in Minnesota. So
for sure.
they should
And
they
it's
should
funny
be
you say that with Joe Flacco playing with the Browns last year, making their offense better. I feel like the Browns really need to take a second and look at like the problem because Joe Flacco made that offense look much better, and Jameis Winston has also made that offense look better. Like it's obvious the problem is Watson. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So it's like, hey, I know 200 million guaranteed is a lot to kind of wipe off your books, but I don't. He's the problem in my opinion.
Yeah, most definitely. And sad to say, the problem might solve itself, man. With him, what I'm saying, with such a serious injury, like
Yeah,
that could have been it for him, and he
for
might not have
sure.
the same motivation to come back because his money is guaranteed. So
Yeah.
we'll see, man. It sucks though, just crazy, but
Oh,
that's how it
definitely.
goes, man. Life is tough. Especially when you got stuff on your mind. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot he's dealing with. All right, Monday Night Football. This should be a good one. The Bucks at the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what should be good. I'm hoping that this could be like a firefight. You know what I mean? Like it'd be nice to see if the Bucks can pass a little bit out of this or run the ball too on the Chiefs defense. But I am picking the Chiefs. I think Chiefs will end up winning this. I don't think they're losing to the Bucks yet, and they remain undefeated.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs as well. Should be a fun game. I'm still looking for the Chiefs offense to like really have an outburst, and really put
Yeah,
somebody away. I don't know if that'll happen this week because the Bucks can score too, but without their top receivers, maybe.
it's
But
rough.
like it's just so hard to pick against the Chiefs because they find a way to win regardless.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
All right, that'll be a good one though to end the week. And we had two bye weeks this week, but I don't remember what they were. But so we have 15 games on the slate, lots of stuff to put together on your parlays and everything. And now that we've done the money line, we're gonna go ahead and do our against the spread. So we're gonna pick with that adjusted score. Last week, Strizzy, you got two bags with the Niners and the Eagles. Great job. Let's walk through your picks of this week.
Yeah, so Buffalo's, like I said, I for some reason I just think they're gonna probably blow the Dolphins out, or at least cover this spread. Uh, but we'll see. But it's just Buffalo all the way. Dolphins are not very good this year.
For sure.
Same thing. So I feel like the Eagles should be able to put this team away. But like I said, it also has possible upset alert. This could be something where the Eagles just completely blow the Jags out, or the Jags somehow hang close and last second field goal, whatever the case may be, and they end up kind of getting the last laugh. But if Eagles handle business, they should really take care of this Jags team. They're really good on both sides of the ball, like you said, especially when AJ Brown is playing.
For sure.
And then the Patriots. I like the 3.5 point underdog. I actually like them to actually win outright, honestly, for this game. So you give them 4 points. I think Patriots get this one done.
Yeah, for sure. I like that one too. That's a lot. That's 3.5 is a lot. Pop says, AJ, you laughed when I said the Chiefs would go 15-2. They are on their way despite all the injuries. I don't know if I laughed, but I definitely thought that was too much. I definitely thought, oh, there's no way they're going 15-2. And I thought in my mind that they kind of, not that they got worse than last year, but it's not like they reloaded or they went out and went crazy with the pieces.
For sure.
And I also expected them to be without their receiver, which now they are, unfortunately, because of injuries. But I just thought there was so much drama going on with the Chiefs this summer that it would impact them a little more. But Pops, you know what I'm saying? You might be right with that 15-2, might be right online, because it's going to be hard to pick against them with the rest of their schedule, really. So
that's all that ref help they be getting.
We didn't count that in either. We didn't factor that in either. But Pops, we got to give you your credit, though, for sure. Most definitely.
Definitely.
Might have to eat it on that one.
Definitely.
All right. Let's check out my bag. I got one bag last week. I did tell you with the Eagles.
That's true.
But then my other one was the freaking Bears Commanders. So that one tanked me. And then I tried to go with my Cowboys, but they couldn't get within 4. Dang it. So got one bag, but that's all right. Let's try to get some more. Like we talked about with the Texans, I don't understand this. They're an underdog, but I'm picking them outright. Yeah. I don't care that they're traveling to New York. I don't know if there's some like mystery injury. I know Diggs got injured, but I know that he wasn't what they thought he was going to be. I have faith in them to figure it out anyways. And Joe Mixon is a workhorse, so they're going to get it done. The Bears, another team, underdog special on the road. I think they're going to win outright. 1.5 is basically a pick 'em, but I like them. And then lastly, like you talked about, the Broncos, Ravens, 9.5. The Ravens haven't beat anybody by 10. No matter when they're dominant, like they're still not closing teams out. So this will be the week that they blow them out by 30. You know what I'm saying? This is the week that it'll end up looking like the Lions, Titans did last week. But for now, I got to go with the Broncos to just hang in there. Not win outright, but at least hang in there. So
for sure. No, I agree. 10 points is a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a lot, especially this time in the season,
And the Ravens' defense has been so bad. It's been the complete opposite of last year. So, like, that's the reason why they haven't beaten anybody by 10 this year. Like, it's just the defense can't stop anybody.
Exactly. All right, so those are my 3. I'm trying to get back in the triple bag category, but right now, 82 and 79 on the money line picks this year. We're really close there.
Nice.
And then 13 and 18 locks so far. We're gonna try to stay in the money and get this thing popping. So, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Did you have any little specials for tonight's game?
Texans, Jets. I think I did. I forget what I put in there, but I don't know. For some reason, like I said, like I have two single game parlays going. I have one that's like Jets specific, and then another one that's kind of like a mixture of kind of like both team props. I don't know. For some reason, FanDuel, these sports books, they have these ways of kind of knowing things we don't, and for some reason, the Texans underdog spread is really throwing me off, man. So I just have this feeling a lot of people are going to bet Texans way with that. And so I'm kind of doing both, right? I'm doing the way I think it should go, and then also away from it because, for all I know, the Jets somehow are going to end up winning this game by a lot. They'll finally put the offense together the way it's supposed to be put together. But I still don't believe in Rodgers. He's been horrendous all year. But yeah, we'll see, man. But yeah, couple of them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with Joe Mixon, though. He gets so much usage. So, any of his overs, really, I'm liking, or him to score a touchdown at least. But yeah, I feel like that Vegas is luring everybody into betting for the Texans, and they know something we don't. So we're going to find out tonight. But yeah, I do like Joe Mixon. And I don't know, man. I have Adams in one of my fantasy leagues, and I'm scared because I'm like, this might be the time he breaks out, but also he hasn't really produced yet. So I'm actually debating on between him and McConkey, which seems crazy, but McConkey had such a good week last week, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm like, dang, I don't want to miss that train again. So we got some research to do, man. We got decision-making to do still on that, but Also, I do want to say again, though, happy Halloween to everybody. Make sure you have a safe time, whatever you do. If you are out in these streets or you're dressing up, and share with us your costumes. You know what I'm saying? We love to see our people. You know what I'm saying? Kind of dressed up. So, if you're a slacker out there, share it with us. And then don't forget, we'll be back Tuesday with episode 271. We'll be talking Dodgers in the World Series, winning the World Series. Congrats to them. And also we'll be talking NBA talk and then the results of NFL. So. Well, with that being said, I think we did it. Strizzy, anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
Nothing too crazy, man. Just be safe tonight if you're going out there with the kids and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It's All Hallows Eve. You know what I'm saying? So just be safe out there. That's all.
Exactly. You might some killer dolls on the loose. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Well, it's your boy AW, aka Chucky.
That's your boy Strizzy, man.
And you say